Welcome back, fellas, to the Matchmaking podcast, the Dota podcast where we go through all the heroes one by one. We look at their abilities, we look at their lore, we look at a whole lot more. I'm stretching my legs. I'm Joe.
I'm thinking about pizza. I'm Dav.
And I'm Ali.
Ali has no thoughts and no limbs.
Head empty.
Just head empty, bodiless, I think, right, Ali?
Correct.
The theory.
I live in a chair.
He is the chair. Every time you see what a streamer's stream and they've gone bathroom, it's just Ali left in frame. Yeah. All those clips, they go, we like chair stream. It's just an Ali stream, really.
Ali, likes to be sat on.
Thanks, Dav.
It's a strong start. I wonder whether that will come back up in the lore of whatever hero we're looking at today, which is... Who we got?
Juggernaut. The carry.
He's a carry? He can carry me any day, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah. Really? Okay.
He can sit on me any...
He's got a sword and a mask.
The maskless orange maskman. Wait, did I say mask? The maskful. The faceless maskful. Samurai man?
Write this down, man.
Yeah, I would say samurai.
Is he orange or gold? What are we saying?
Oompa Loompa orange.
He's got a dress on as well, isn't he?
Depends on what.
Or is it a kilt?
You have is.
It's a battle kilt.
Battle. That's how you make a dress sound badass.
Battle. He wears a battle kilt and has a samurai sword. He's a cool dude. I honestly think Jug is one of the coolest Dota heroes. I think he's kind of iconic. Yeah. I mean, he's one of the few Dota heroes that got turned into Funko Pops. So clearly, iconic.
Is that your gauge then? Is that the rank? Funko Pop or not?
Funk or not? Funko Popo or notto?
If we were made into Funko Pops, which one out of the three of us would be Funko Pops?
All of us, clearly.
I think it'd be Ali, because he has no body. It would just be a head, wouldn't it? It'd be cheaper.
It's a big success for them. They just don't have to bother with the body. It's just massive head.
The manufacturing costs. Oh, huge. That's what they're thinking up at Funko Pop. That's why they all look the same, isn't it? Because it's just the same mold, isn't it? And they just change the color. Who else could you fit in a Jug mold? What are the heroes?
Sven?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, just color swap it. Put a blue boy in instead of an orange red boy.
Do you know, like Axe? You put Axe in like the micro for a little bit and you could probably squeeze it in.
I feel like if you removed the mask, you could get a PL in there. Paint it blue. A little bit of PL.
Yeah.
A little bit of PL.
Could you, so, if you added a beard, Monkey King maybe? Something like that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he's a carry, Ali. But what kind of carry is he? What's the kind of strat with him? What does he do?
He is a right-click core.
So he's not a spell man. He's a clicker man.
He's not really that much of a spell man. But he does have some spells, which we'll dive into later. But he's a traditional right-click hard carry.
He's kind of a basic boy. I always describe him as the Soldier 76 of the Dota world.
Yeah.
Obviously, people that don't know Overwatch, the basic gun version. He's just a run and gun, classic, easy to understand guy.
Yeah. One of probably a lot of people's first ever carries. I feel like this is the hero which, when you load up and you're like, oh, I need to play carry, I'll pick Juggernaut. That is the hero.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good example, the Soldier 76.
Yeah.
It's you either got Sniper or you got Jug, right? For that. But I guess Jug's a bit more fun and a bit more versatile. You die a bit less. It's easier to get out, isn't it?
Yeah. And no. Yeah.
You're more in than a Sniper, I guess. So it's easier to get out because it's easier to get in.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess so. I think when you're new to Dota, you try and run away a lot more rather than like fight. And with Sniper,
dude, the Herald games I've been watching recently on Scrubcasts will prove you the opposite. They do not care.
Oh, they're just fighting.
They're just constantly fighting. They don't even look at their own health bars. I don't think. I think they're just going ham.
The only last hits they have are on heroes, not on creeps.
Exactly. It's the only way to get gold in the lower ranks is kills. Creeps give you nothing. They're just a little bit of set decoration.
I remember when it was first described to me, Dota, and they said you've got to get the last hit on the creeps. Because League of Legends, do you have to get a last hit? Is it if you just kill them?
You have to get the last hit.
I think you get last. It's same in League.
You just can't deny in League, right?
Well, yeah, you can't deny it. I remember thinking like, what? Deny?
It makes it so you, in League at least, is that there's no wave control or anything.
Yeah.
Which is annoying.
Again, League, as we say multiple times, League is the good introduction game for Dota.
Yeah.
No, League's garbage. Sorry. It is. League's not very good.
I do like, because you have played League the most out of all of us.
I played it for. I've got hundreds of hours in League, and it's not very good. It compare it to Dota anyway. It's fine as a game, as an arcade game.
Arcade
for kids.
The kids game on the kid iPad with the rubber grips.
On the kid iPad.
And she tosses across the room and it bounces. I mean, that's the average League player, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, when I played a couple of games of League, it was just what my job was last hit and push. That was it. I felt like I didn't do anything. It was just like
required. Yeah,
there was like you could just turn off your brain, which I don't understand how that's possible. It's like in Dota, there's like a million things. Oh, do I need to deny this creep? We got to get the pull. We got to get like do all these things. And it's like, oh, okay, I can warp gate up top, get a kill on their carry, all of that. And it's the League. Oh, I'll just hide in a bush for 10 minutes and hope that someone comes near. And if they don't, then you've wasted 10 minutes hiding in a bush.
You've got like the weird Roshani. There's two similar but worse. Should we address the elephant in the room? I'm gonna say it now. All right. Gameplay update 7.35C is out. If you're listening to this,
it's a C.
If you're listening to this,
it's a C patch.
In the past, in the future, whatever. If you're listening to this, then it's not 2024, at the beginning of 2024. Huge update, yeah. Neutral creeps have been updated. Kobold, base damage increased by 3.
That's pretty huge, Dav.
Foreman, base damage increased by 3. Kobold Soldier by 3. Hell Troll Priest, hang on a minute, no longer casts heal when first attacked. I know.
It's over. Shit. My strats are over.
But the Ogre Bruiser now won't cast Ogre Smash while above 70% health. I do like that.
That's actually pretty huge.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that.
Mate, there's no worse. You're trying to fucking stack and he's there swinging his club around.
That is probably the single
that feels more like a fix than anything else.
It is that.
And nothing else. Apart from no more true strike on Witch Doctor's ultimate.
But it does say it in the tooltip in Dota that it still provides it with true
classic
strike.
Dota. They update the game, then forget to update the information in the game. That's good.
Gaben!
Put it in the email, Dev. Put it in.
Yeah. I will. God.
In the
first notes.
Anyway, we're not talking about patch notes. This massive, monstrous, huge, massive patch with all the cobbles have been updated,
and about 2% changes on a couple of things. We want to talk about it.
Some neutral items, there's some cool changes. Anyway, we're talking about Juggernaut.
Has he had any recent changes to his lore, Dev? Was that sounds solid?
Ooh, yeah. God, what an introduction to the lore part of the
Damn, that was a transition.
The podcast. Well, his name's not Juggernaut. His name is Yurnero. Did you know that?
No.
That sounds like a type of ice cream.
Yurnero.
Yeah, can I get a Yurnero? The one with the nuts on top. Yeah, that one looks great. To pistachio vanilla whip. Oh, that amazing. Yeah, I'll have one Yurnero and what do you want, love? She'll have a Sven, please. Yes.
Well, Yurnero the Juggernaut. He's part of the.
Whoa, Dav. You better give us spoilers. We haven't had a guess yet.
Yeah,
we haven't had a guess. This is the one bit I can use my creativity that I studied so hard for at university.
Yeah, sorry, I jumped the gun. Sorry, guys. Sorry, listeners. Joe, Ali, as avid Dota players, would you like to attempt a guess at guessing Juggernaut's lore?
Juggernaut is an ice cream maker. Top of the class. Top of the industry. God, do I just transition into the story of the ice cream man I used to live next to? And Juggernaut used to keep modern day slaves in ice cream vans and make them work for cheap, but he would pay their rent as part of this deal of the immigrants that he took in very, very lovingly, Juggernaut, and say, don't worry about it, I'll pay you £5 a week, but you can stay in this really small apartment that Joe can see from his apartment window.
I don't think this is very podcast friendly.
It's too dark. Is this too dark?
It's a bit dark.
Slaves and immigrants.
Shall I do a different...
I think probably.
That's fine.
Fine, all right, well, we're not allowed to talk about slaves and immigrants then. Fine, what's the point?
We're not allowed to talk modern day slavery. That's a bit too far for a lighthearted podcast. I reckon Jug is a doctor man. You know how like plague doctors have those long masks?
Okay.
But Juggernaut's race have really long downward noses. or maybe they've got two noses that go outward. So he's got a mask that's kind of really long, but also has like two like antler things. Maybe their noses go out sideways. Yeah, they got stereo smell. That's what it is. Juggernaut's people have stereo smell, and he's a doctor, but he just doesn't want to get infected while he's healing people or killing people. So he goes around the neighborhood, either chopping people off if they're, past the sell-by date, or he has healing abilities as well, and he heals them and gets them back to health. And he's Scottish.
Okay.
In a battle kill.
Okay. I've never picked up on Jug's Scottish accent, but fair enough.
No.
It's really old Scottish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Cool. All right, Ali.
Well, mine is from a reference which I made a little bit earlier. I've just finished watching the Wonka film, and he reminds me of an Oompa Loompa, but grown up. This is what an Oompa Loompa looks like.
Is that why he's so angry?
When he's finished his final form.
This is what they look like in the wild when they don't get put in a chocolate factory.
Exactly.
Third evolution of Oompa Loompa.
Yeah, is Juggernaut. And he just runs around with his sword, absolutely murdering everyone.
Well, this is no surprise. Both of you are wrong. Some more than others.
What?
Who? What?
I know.
You better not be picking favourites, Dav.
I am. Well, some more than others. No, both wrong. Juggernaut. So yeah, his name is not Juggernaut. His name is Urinero.
The
Delicious.
second time round, it still sounds like an ice cream.
Yeah, it sounds more like an ice cream now.
Yeah.
His nickname is Yuri.
Yuri, yeah. Yuri, then, his race is the Masked Ones, and they live on an island called the Isle of Masks, and everyone has to wear masks.
He's a bionicle.
Well, not. But I saw it more as like orgy. It's like an orgy kind of thing, right? Like
What?
everyone wearing masks.
Oh, so they live there, but are they born there?
I think it's just like a big orgy fest.
It's Juggernaut orgy, baby.
I think he is, and because if you look at his voice line as well, he says, "I'm the Juggernaut, bitch," which I think is a bit like sassy.
Yeah,
and
not a reference to X-Men.
and sassy and sassy. Why X-Men?
Because the Juggernaut from X-Men says that. Does he not?
Does he?
Does he?
Does he?
I'm pretty sure he does.
Does he?
I'm pretty sure he does.
Maybe he does. Well, I'm sure we'll Google it. So he was
X-Men, Last Stand, 2006. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
2006. I guess that came first. Oh well, they're different. It's just a coincidence. It's a coincidence show. Because he got attitude because he lives on an orgy island called the Isle of Masks.
Right.
And they're called. The practice is the Juggernaut. They're like a Juggernaut. He's a Juggernaut, and he's like a sword guy. Also, like a voodoo.
You're saying Juggernaut like it's a sexual move now, or a set. Oh, he does a Juggernaut. He's a real Juggernaut.
He does a Juggernaut.
Can you do a Juggernaut impression?
Juggernaut.
Oh, that's so good.
Thank you,
Ali.
Snazzy. That's one of his lines.
The masterman.
No, I guess his faith, they called the Juggernaut, is like, that's what they follow. And they're a bunch of guys with swords.
So the religion of people, the tribe is called Juggernaut.
No,
they are Juggernaut.
They're called the Masked Ones. That's their race. And then they follow the Juggernaut tradition. And the Juggernaut tradition are like people who fuck around with swords and voodoo, which explains his little healing ward that follows him around.
Okay.
A load of people in Dota, like swordy people, don't like magic, but Juggernaut doesn't care, and he defied his like corrupt master, whoever, can't remember what he was called, like Yisarlo or something. Says here.
Okay.
Can't find it. All right, he defied his lord and he was exiled from the Masked Isle. And he was really sad about it. And
what would get you kicked off the orgy island?
Well, this is the thing.
Like, what kind of horrific thing did he accidentally bite down one time? Did he sneeze and accidentally bit while he sneezed and then he's out?
Maybe. So it's implied that he was exiled for helping out a bunch of other people who were exiled. And those people are maskless. Which is gross. That's like gross in Orgy Island.
They don't hide their shame.
Yeah.
They don't hide their shame. But you got exiled, and then the flipping whole island disappeared. It was some dark magic which made it disappear. So it kind of saved his life in the end.
Huh.
So yeah, he's like a samurai guy. But
he's the last Juggernaut.
He's the last Juggernaut. And then he had a fight with Sven, and Sven cleaved Yunero, Juggernaut's mask, down the middle and released the dragon inside. There was like a dragon inside the mask. So that's that's the mask that you see with the little slit down the middle.
There's a dragon inside there.
There was a dragon inside there the whole time. I'm not sure where it fit, but it was there. And that
very cool.
That awoke some power. But he's got like a little dragon buddy now. And then there's actually quite a lot of lore about this Juggernaut guy. But the only interesting thing that I found was that he used to date Templar assassin.
Ooh la la.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I had no idea there was romance in this game.
They used to date. Monkey King, okay? Monkey King says, what happened with you and Juggernaut? Monkey King also said, Juggernaut, is it true you and Templar assassin used to be a thing? It's suggested.
And then Templar replies, I thought we were on a break.
Really? Does TA say that?
No.
Oh, God. You got me.
I'm trying to think, are there any other Dota heroes that are romantically involved? Skyrath and Venge, okay.
Yeah.
Why are they romantically involved?
Because there's long lore. I somehow know part of the lore of that one. Somehow something wings and falling from bird place.
I didn't know about the Templar, but it just makes me laugh a little because I used to play a lot of Templar and play a fair amount of Jug, but I had no idea about that.
Yeah, and I used to play a lot of Tusk and a lot of Tide.
What did they hook up?
Does that mean
they did hook up?
Oh my god!
Slark and Naga apparently. Surely not.
Well, why not?
That would be gross.
Right.
The Slardor's in the bushes watching.
That would be absolutely gross.
He's pretending he's playing League in the bushes.
If you had to set up two Dota heroes, who would you set up? Who's most perfect for each other?
First off, calling up Gaben. Hello, Gaben. Please put me in the game of Dota 2 alongside LeBron James. Thank you very much.
What,
he gets me and LeBron in. I just want to play LeBron in the game. He's not important to the rest of this. Mm-hmm. Then I ship me and Crystal Maiden.
Okay, nice. All right, fair enough.
I don't know who I'd set up in the Dota. I always thought Jug CM, never TA. TA has just baffled me.
I thought it was Sven and Crystal Maiden because they're both blue.
Oh, really? I think that would be weird.
What's wrong with that?
I could see like Dazzle and Oracle just having like a big old heel fest. they're just keeping each other alive.
Fest.
They're like edging, like what's it called? Asphyxiation. They're like choking each other out, like almost dying, and then shallow grave. Boom, borrow time.
That's their kink.
That's right. Anyway, that's the Jugger lore. There's not much apart from the same as Unero. Voice actor.
Just one Unero.
Voice
Give
actor.
it to me. Yep.
We covered this a few weeks ago, but it is actually this time David Scully who voiced Sergeant Johnson. Sergeant Johnson in Halo.
He's your favorite.
Hell yeah.
Which is huge, yeah. We ain't paying you by the hour. He's like a badass. They killed him off in Halo 1.
Spoilers!
No, it's fine. In Halo, it came out in like 96 or whatever. Not 96, 2001. If you completed the game on Legendary difficulty, there was a secret ending of Sergeant Johnson and this alien like having a fight, and they see the planet gonna explode, and then they hug each other. So he died, and the fans loved him so much they brought him back in Halo 2 and Halo 3. And Halo 3
That's not
ODST.
how it works, is it?
They killed him, but he was so
character.
popular that we just resurrected him.
Mate,
Like that guy in Avengers that we got a spin-off show for.
Yes.
What, who?
Agent, whatever his name was.
Oh yeah, Carlson. Yeah.
What about what's his name?
Agents of Shield. I remember that.
Jon Snow. They brought him back,
Oh, yeah.
and you know that like
Dumbledore.
Say what you want about
Gandalf.
Say
Yeah,
what you
Gandalf.
want about Game of Thrones, but the script, especially in the later seasons, is perfect. It's flawless.
True. I love how they wrapped it up.
Everyone does.
I haven't seen a single thing of Game of Thrones apart from the Starbucks under the seat in Game of Thrones.
And that was actually you in that part, wasn't it, Ali? You were the
Yeah,
chair.
and that was me
That was
because it was
you.
an
Fun
empty
fact.
chair with a Starbucks.
You were an extra in that scene.
Fun.
Yeah, I left my Starbucks there.
Fun fact. You're waiting for like Daenerys to sit on you, and
Yeah.
you get the mountain. No. Honestly, do yourself a favor. Skip the first 7 seasons and watch the final season.
What I like to do is I watch one episode of the last season and one episode of the first season, and then work my way to the middle.
That's fucking gross. Oh, like a pepperami or something where you like eat around the sides.
What?
Do you know like a pepperami? Or like, I don't know, like a bit of jerky or something, and you like...
Jerky, yes. Not
I could imagine you
pepperami.
saying like a Jaffa cake or something, eat around the sides, but eating like a pepperami around the sides.
How do you
You gotta
eat
like
around
take
the
it all the way out the plastic and then get gummy,
Yeah.
peeny fingers.
Anyone who doesn't know what pepperami is, it's like a smoked spicy sausage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine my schlong, but it's edible. Cut that.
Yeah. Honestly, it's Google pepperami mini, and that's
Does it mini?
That's even a bit too generous. Is this why Juggernaut has to wear a kilt? Mm-hmm. Is he just packing
He's
too
got
much down there to
pepperami.
wear anything too tight? He's got to let it flow a bit.
I think it's an orgy thing, isn't it? It's going to be an orgy
Easy
thing.
access, yeah.
Yeah.
You got to pop
Let
it
his-
in and out.
Let his pepperami hang loose.
Well, yeah. That's it on the law. Not much from me, to be honest.
Well, I'm curious how his lore is going to tie into some of his abilities. I guess it ties into him being a Juggernaut more than anything else. I'm not sure there's much orgy lore tied into what he can do, but maybe there is. Should we start with his first ability, number Q?
Number
Q.
Number Q, Blade Fury.
Classic.
I love Blade Fury. Blade Fury is one of those meme kind of abilities that you see in a lot of action games with a guy with a sword, where they will just spin around with a sword and do an AoE attack. I swear there's something like this in most games, where they have a big AoE clear thing and the guy with sword just spins in a circle and looks stupid doing it. Juggernaut does this. I don't know. Why do they do this?
Just
Because
easy
it's
to like,
fun.
animate and stuff, and like such an easy ability to add into the game.
You'd get so dizzy though.
Yeah.
You get so dizzy. Remember like at youth groups where they'd make you run around like a broom pole and then run on a straight line?
I don't know why. I just found that
Remember?
really funny. Did you say you can imagine you in like a youth group? I could imagine you in like in the streets in like the ghetto
Yeah. And they pull me out. Come on, Joe.
for being too hard, spinning too much.
Come spin around this pole for a bit. In a controlled environment this time. Yeah. Why do they do this? Why is this thing? It just doesn't make sense. Imagine anyone doing this in battle. Stupid.
That would
so
be
anyway,
really funny to see in the heat of battle is some idiot doing the Blade Fury spinning around with a sword.
imagine it could work if you had like a heavy weapon, like a big old sledgehammer or something. You just started spinning. That would be terrifying. Or like a flail.
No, I think it needs to be like floppy. Otherwise, it'd be too heavy.
Yeah, you need a lightweight blade. That's why it does work, because it's lightweight, so you can keep the momentum up.
But I feel like a heavy, like, say you had a ball and chain. I feel like if you had something like that, floppy but heavy on the end, and it would help pull you around.
He did have the ball and
I
chain.
feel he's having to do all the core strength and spinning. Anyway, Blade Fury. He spins around and it does damage. How about that? You spin around 5 seconds. You do damage of 60 damage per tick, and the tick is based on your attack speed. So it's double your attack speed, and then times by this tick rate, basically, is how much damage it will do.
Double your attack speed times 60.
Yeah, that's how much.
Okay.
Level. So it starts at 45 damage per tick, goes up to 60 damage per tick. So it's not a massive increase.
Such a weird way of organizing that damage.
It's a weird one.
Yeah.
It's basically to make it relevant in late game, because he gets attack speed. So, but one of the main things about this is it gives you debuff immunity. Can't get stunned and all that jazz. It gives you a cheeky dispel when you use it. But yeah, debuff immunity and then 80% magic resist on top of all that. Pretty good.
Can't get stunned until when you're spinning and you get stunned and it ends and you get stunned. I know we've spoken about the new BKB, but it's really annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, when a debuff lasts over your debuff immunity time. Yeah, it's annoying. But that's basically it. He spins, he's debuff immune, he does damage based on his attack speed. That's
pretty good.
It's all right. It's crazy. So the main reason you have to level this up is basically just the cooldown, because the damage barely increases, right? The duration doesn't increase. The radius doesn't increase with leveling. Your magic resist doesn't increase with leveling. It's just really about the cooldown, because at level 1, it's 42 seconds, which is so long for just a single ability. But then max level goes down to 18, so it's reasonable.
It's really good early, like really good for getting the rune. Spinny. It's not that good in lane unless you're going for kills, but you just end up pushing the lane out, really.
You're making me think of a new build, potentially.
Oh,
You're getting the juices running in the old brain of how can I grief my lane by only having one level in Blade Fury. It is good for getting kills, I feel.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of magic damage.
Yeah.
Which is good, but as you say, the damage is just not there.
Witch Doctor Juggernaut lane, coconut, maledict coconut with a spin there, dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they did change how the damage worked for Juggernaut, at least, fairly recently. Because it used to be a flat amount of damage it did, which was pretty good. Because that was like one
It made
stun.
him really strong early, right?
Yeah, one stun with a Blade Fury, you could pretty much always get a kill, I feel.
Yeah, especially for lane, because you can move with it as well, I think is the big thing.
Yeah.
It's not just you
You don't
standing
have to
still,
stand.
debuff. I mean, you can run with it. And you want to hear some weird interactions, because you can right-click while you're spinning, right? But your right-clicks don't do damage. So these are weird things where you can like proc your attack modifiers while spinning. So it's meant to be like, okay, you're spinning, you're not allowed to attack to make it balanced. But you can proc your attack modifier. So if you get something like a basher, so you're spinning, right-clicking, your basher can proc. And the damage from the basher proc will still go through.
But not the right-click damage.
But not the right-click damage. So the proc of the bash, we're doing like 150 damage or whatever it is, and the stun will go through, but your normal right-click damage won't go through if it procs. But like things like Diffusal will still burn mana and do damage from the mana burn.
But they won't if you don't right-click them.
Correct.
Sorry, double negative really caught me there.
But do you remember we had that game? It was one of my first games of Jug, and I kept, when I was spinning, I'd try and right-click them and like stay still.
Yeah, I always stopped walking.
Which I got so close to getting kills.
And you just pause to auto-attack them rather than chasing them down with the spin.
It's one of those where, if I'm not mistaken, it used to work with the right click on the Jug spin, so you could do that. So you could right click them down while I think it was one of the shards or something. You could right click them down, but from now on,
I think it was the old shard.
Yeah,
because the shard does still upgrade his Q, but it basically does nothing now. So the shard for Jug upgrades his Q, increases the AoE a little bit, and just applies a slow on the spin by 35% slow when you're spinning on someone.
Because it used to be great. You used to take less damage while you're spinning, right? You
still get less magic damage done to you, but there's nothing about physical damage.
When I was reading through the notes this morning, and my girlfriend was like, "So what you reading?" And I was like, "Oh, they've updated the game. These are the patch notes." And she's like, "What? So like you're learning all of this?" And there's just so much info. And I said, to be honest, I normally just have a little look, and then when I play with you guys, you explain what items are good now and what items are bad.
I still loved maybe it was last year or the year before when we were all sat in Discord reading the patch notes. Dav, you come in and you go, anyone fancy a game? And just you fucking queued it up immediately. As soon as the patch dropped, you didn't even read the notes. You're like, any highlights, guys? Just went straight into a game. And we're all like sat there just still trying to work out what's good and what's not and all of that. And you were like, I've just finished the first game. Anyone was still reading the notes.
It takes hours, but I remember you like reading them out loud, and like it is the monster patches. God, the info on there is really hard to gain.
I cannot wait for a big patch to come out because we're definitely going to do a deep dive episode.
Yeah, I'm down for you'll have to read the patch notes.
Dav will fall asleep while we go through it, but
no more weird side lanes. No more 80-minute games. That's what I'm hoping for.
Remember, please. Dota is a game with 2 lanes.
Yeah.
That is my favourite.
Best Dav quote. Best Dav quote. Dota 2 is a game of 2 lanes.
3.
Oh, no. 3 lanes.
3 lanes. It's just so funny.
So, last thing about Blade Fury, before we go into the next spell, is you can attack buildings while spinning.
You can attack what, pardon?
Buildings. You can clobber down a building while spinning because they're immune to the blade, so therefore you can attack them. I don't know why that's in the game. Feels like a weird thing if you're immune to the thing. Immune to spinning.
Good, you can. Is that with the shard or without the shard?
Without the shard, just straight up. You can just spin and clip down a building. So kind of makes Jug good for pushing high grounds if you want, or towers. You can kind of send him in, spinning. He's debuff immune. He clubbers a few times and then he backs out. So
kills a bunch of creeps. Yeah,
but that's very nice. That's his first basic bitch ability. All his abilities are really basic. All of them. All of them. Yeah. I'm not sure how he's going to use this in an orgy, but. Sure. Second ability, Healing Ward. This goes into his lore, so he's a swordsman that does the voodoo, right?
Correct.
So the Healing Ward is he like places a little talisman on the ground, and it follows Jug around to start, but it has free movement. You can sort of walk about where you want. Interesting, it doesn't block anything. You can't like block creeps with it. You can't block heroes with it. It kind of just moves through. It doesn't fly, but
it kind of floats, doesn't it?
It kind of glides around. Yeah, it's a floating little wooden talisman healing ward thing.
Okay.
So you plonk it down, and it has a little healing air of effect around it, which follows it as it moves around, and it lasts 25 seconds of healing in a radius of 400 or so, which it's not small. It's pretty big, but not overly massive. It's not going to fill your screen, but you had to walk next to it for actually do something. But it's not just like a little bit of heal. It's a lot of heal. It's a percentage heal. So anyone, regardless of how big and tanky they are, they're going to benefit from this. Because starters, it's only a 2% heal. Doesn't sound like much. But max level, 5% heal per second for a duration of 25 seconds.
That's pretty juicy.
Yeah.
That's pretty juicy.
That's pog.
And it's doubly juicy because the healing aura has a lingering effect of 2.5 seconds. So the max heal duration is 27.5 seconds.
Shit,
meaning, at max level, you can heal 137.5% of anyone's health.
That is rather good.
I'm not a mathematician, but that seems like a high number.
That's a big number. It's more than 2. So
It's more than 2. You know, I thought it capped out at 100%, but if you're telling me 135%,
yeah.
now you mean
Tell you what's not more than 2 though.
what?
The number of hits it takes to destroy.
That's new, isn't it?
One hit.
It's not been like that forever.
Maybe.
I think it has.
I think for a while you may be getting confused because he has a talent. So, bog standard healing wards, 1 click from an enemy, it's dead.
Yeah.
He's got a talent though, which increases the hits to 3.
Oh, that's got to be it then.
That's probably what you've seen.
Yeah.
So, but as a 25 talent,
Could be pretty useful.
Mate,
3
late
hits
game.
in a team fight.
true. It's a lot of wasted time.
It is a lot of wasted time depending on the hero.
Especially, if you got big old tanky lads, you got some strengthy boys getting that flat percent regen.
Yeah.
5% max health per second healing.
Yeah.
To like a bristleback. Late game in a team fight. That's pretty huge.
More than a Heart of Tarask.
Yeah.
Okay. When you phrase it like that, AoE Heart of Tarask.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Really
That's
cool.
pretty good.
Imagine
take it
if
back.
you could block with it. I know how you said
I think that'd be so good if that was in the
Imagine
game.
that.
It'd be so broken. You
I
get it
would
in like
love
laning phase.
Yeah.
You can control your lane so well.
Oh, that would actually be... Or just like for kills. You use it offensively because you can just use it to get a mini block on them, and they'll either have to click it, stop and click, or they have to hope
Try and
that
walk around it.
you're not
Yeah.
an amazing microer. Which,
Yeah.
I think that would add... It would be a small, like, good change to make.
I think it would make him interesting as well. Because Juggernaut is so bog standard, I think this would lead to some interesting plays with Jug, which just don't happen. Although, would it make it too easy to do like the blocked path? You know, like when someone's chasing you.
Oh, I think that's
sometimes you
fantastic.
do like a little tango block.
I think
Would it
that's
be
even
too
better.
easy to block paths?
Wait, what's a tango block?
Oh, not tango, sorry, tree block.
so
An
when
iron
you
branch
plant-
block.
Yeah,
When
you plant a tree. No, I think that's fantastic because you get gold for killing it.
Yeah.
So it's not that big a deal.
Oh, you'd be annoyed though.
I think if they added that, it would have to not auto follow you if they added the able to block
True.
to balance it out.
Yeah.
'Cause otherwise,
true.
that'd be so annoying. I think it would have to require a bit more skill.
Also, it'd be annoying for you because it would just get in the way of you.
Yeah. It could be a hindrance.
Yeah,
I mean, take
true.
it from
I
you,
mean,
but you could try and do the turn. You had to turn around quickly. You end up blocking yourself. I mean, that's why I always get phase boots when I play someone like Nature's Prophet.
Yeah.
So I
Oh
don't
God, it's so
block
annoying.
myself.
It was
Yeah.
like when you're windy and you're like wind running and there's a bunch of tree people in front of you and you just like kind of running from side to side. So annoying.
I love it when like you're playing Bloodseeker or someone and you're max speed and you get stuck behind someone. You go,
Get out the way, dog. The can creeps kill it?
They do kill obs wards and sentries, which are in their path, but I will say I am 90% sure that they would not kill a healing ward.
I was so that thought crossed my mind, but I was so confident that it didn't, that I didn't check. You know, I
Yeah.
was like, I'm not going to boot out those. Now I'm going to check now. While we're recording, I'll put in the work
Yeah.
and level up healing wards.
While you're doing that, I'd like to express my annoyance that you have this healing ward is a ward. You have wards, which are wards, and sentry and obs wards, which are just referred to as ward. Put a ward there. And then you have the Witch Doctor ward. You've got the flipping Venomancer plague wards. And people don't say anything other than ward. Oh, put your ward. Do you remember Paul the other night? He was like, put your ward down. And I just panicked and put us 2 sentries down. And he's like, no, I meant your ultimate.
That sounds like Paul.
Yeah. Well, I feel like they should have I feel like they really name too many things ward.
Yeah, I agree. But also that's people referring to the same thing as a ward. Because you could say put down healing ward, and that is only for Jug. There's no... Or vision ward versus, like, put down the true sight ward or whatever. I think people just kind of, after playing for a while, you just kind of go, oh, put down a ward. And you hope
it could be
that
anything.
the person knows what.
People understand context is what people will assume, right?
Yeah, I think
that's
it's that.
Still hoping the context will be enough.
Yeah.
Although I normally say sentry when I mean sentry.
Yeah.
Because otherwise that's too confusing. News just in, lads.
Okay.
Creeps will attack the healing ward.
Oh,
okay.
I was so confidently wrong. So I think they all mostly take priority over heroes, I think is the thing. So I was sat in lane with Jug, trying to get the creeps to attack the ward, and they kept going on Jug, so I bought a shadow amulet to make myself invisible. And then they would attack the ward. So I think they attack it as a last resort when there's nothing else there.
How many hits?
1 hit was all it took from a creep.
Oh, wow. Okay. Shit.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
We're learning.
I was just thinking, if you were to stack a jungle camp, or if you were to like pull their aggro away, would they kill your ward?
Yeah, I think they always just prioritize the hero first. So I think it's very rare that there's going to be a ward and no hero to hit.
Yeah.
I think is the thing. That's probably why we didn't actually know. That's why we're so confident in being wrong.
Yeah.
We hadn't hence ever actually seen it in effect.
Shadowblade Jug, is that a thing?
Shadowblade Jug, yeah.
Can be.
Okay.
Yeah. Gives him attack speed, gives him damage. He's happy.
Yeah.
Should we go on to his next ability?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
His ability E, the most boring ability in the game. Number E, Blade Dance. Which gives you a chance to crit. That's all it is. How boring.
Pretty cool, though.
I like that.
Up to a 35% chance to do 190% damage crit.
In a
That's
game
pretty nice.
where there's so many flipping buttons and then you have to buy more items with more buttons, it is nice just to have a little passive.
Yeah.
Unless there's a Viper in the game.
It's pretty standard. Yeah, it's all right. There is a talent as well. His level 20 talent gives him lifesteal on it, 60% lifesteal when he crits with the Blade Dance. So that's nice.
That is.
But otherwise, it's very standard. Illusions get the buff as well. Sometimes there's some passives that illusions don't get. But this is one that illusions do get, which is fun. And they can heal as well. So, Mantha Jug, anyone? Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Do you know the term break? When you break a hero?
Yeah.
Did Valve and Dota and our good lord Gaben coin that term?
Break.
Like, is that a common mechanic in games that you have something? You have something.
It might be from something else.
A break that'll break a passive. I don't know. I just think it's a really cool mechanic.
I have a feeling not.
Yeah, me too. No offense,
because
Gaben.
I think it's a Gaben only. But on the other hand, do other games, which say like in other MOBAs, do they have heroes which get rid of passives? Because I feel
there's not very many MOBAs that have abilities that affect other abilities, weirdly.
It wouldn't be in League of Legends. In League of Legends, all items are passives.
Yeah.
So
I would say their main thing is like silenced or CC'd.
Yeah.
It's like when you're stunned forever. It's not really like, oh yeah,
you removed some of my passive abilities.
Yeah. You can't really deal with the passive ability. Well, in Dota, I feel like you just itemize, which is kind of a nice thing. You can play pretty much most matchups, and with all the items in the game, you can itemize to play against those heroes.
Unless you really mess up the draft.
Yeah.
Unless you really mess up the draft, and then you get a bald man to yell at you, saying that
we're traumatized from last night. We're traumatized.
We are
traumatized from playing with Pyrion last night.
It's like good friend Pyrion Flax.
Good friend Pyrion.
Dota legend.
Yeah.
I was watching the game. How long was the game?
God,
there were 2 games,
it's a blur.
which I think we're still traumatized.
It was a quick 20-minute game that we're horrified from, and then an hour-long slog, or hour and a half long slog. Both brutal games. Oh my god. But anyway, last ability. You ready?
Hell yeah.
The last ability of Omni Knight, the most basic hero in
Omni
the
Knight.
Omni Knight. No, this is
Juggernaut.
Most basic hero Juggernaut has an ability called Omni Slash, which is why I'm saying Omni Knight. Omni Slash for Juggernaut is Omni Slash. What is an Omni? What's an Omni?
Is it one? Is
I
Omni
thought it
one?
was one. I thought it was one. Omni meaning.
All means all. And
Okay.
one is, and we are one with all. So Omni.
Okay.
What about ombudsman?
Of course, yeah, like omnipotent and omnipotent. Yeah, okay. All knowing, all
And Omni Hotels.
and Omni Hotels. So Juggernaut, sponsored by Omni Hotels, has a ultimate called Omni Slash,
Omni slash.
where he point targets a lad and then just chops him up. He'll jump around. This is the most anime ability you can think of, where he'll just like do that sort of stop motion chopping on someone. So yeah, it's a point target. You lock onto a lad, you chop, 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 chop. You can bounce around while this is going as well. So you can point target one lag and you can bounce around to other nearby people. It's kind of random where you go. It's not really up to you. But you're buffed while you're doing this. While you're chopping, you're invulnerable. You're getting bonus damage, up to 50 bonus damage. You get bonus attack speed, 40 bonus attack speed. But then your attack speed is then divided by 1.5.
Oh god.
I don't know why they switch between having like percentages and then dividers. Why would you do that? Why would you say, oh yeah, then we divide his attack speed by 1.5? Just say it's 66% of the attack speed.
That would be too easy, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
come on, man. Gaben
It's such
doesn't roll
too
that
easy.
way.
It's so weird. It is so strange. But yeah, it's basically aimbot for your sword. You lock on, you chop for around 3 seconds. It's 3.5 seconds max level. There's talents that get it up to an extra second long. And that's it. It's got like a 2-minute cooldown. It's fine. It's fine. It does the job.
Pretty fun.
Chops a lad. Means you don't have to
yeah.
click.
It's quite nice having that structure. It's like, okay, cool, my ulti's down. I'm going to go farm. And he farms pretty easy with the spin. And it's like, oh, cool, my ulti's about to come up. What's going on? All right, I'll go top lane. And then you isolate their carry and there's no creeps around. Oh, mama,
Yeah.
Or like support a CM, you're just dead in one
themselves.
slash.
Because
It
that is the
is a-
strat, right? You've got to single out lads, because if there's too many people together,
Yeah.
it feels like you do no damage.
Or if there's creeps and you bounce to the creeps.
Yeah, oh god, the pain. You get an unlucky bounce if you're playing Jug, and you get an unlucky bounce to the creeps.
You can jump off in Omni Slash to a creep wave, and then you're like, oh, I wish I had
Unluck.
some more damage and all of that, which is rather sad. But I do have a fun fact about Omni Slash, which you may not know, and it doesn't say many places, is you can actually blink between targets.
You can't do that anymore, really. They removed it.
Can you not? They patched that out.
No, they patched that out. They patched that. I
Actually
did my
patched it
testing
out. My
because
fun
this was
fact.
a big feature that you used to be able to blink.
Yeah.
I was going to get
that
onto this.
was-
So you can use items. Most items you can use while chopping,
yeah.
but you're now technically rooted, so you can't blink anymore. They fixed it. However, Ali, you
Okay.
can use harpoon. while
Oh,
omni slashing.
okay. That's actually.
So rather than you blinking towards someone while omni slashing, you can pull a lad towards you while omni slashing someone.
Okay, I like that. That's a new interaction.
That's got to be
Yeah.
an accident, though. Like, if they patched out the blink, surely they're going to patch
Dude,
out the harpoon.
harpoon is the most broken item in the game, and it just needs to be completely reworked. The fact that you can blink away from harpoon and it still connects is so dumb. The amount of time it's killed me at this point. It's dumb. It just shouldn't work. If you lose vision on them, you shouldn't go that far.
Yeah,
Oh,
Pretty fun, though.
pretty fun though. Pretty fun.
Pretty
But
fun.
so
though.
dumb.
but you can cast Healing Ward during Omni Slash.
Yes.
That is one good thing. Because
And you can cast a healing ward while spinning as well, which is fun.
Yeah,
God, he's impressive, this Euro.
Just one Yonero.
one you know.
So other weird item interactions. Yeah, he can use items while he's chopping, but there are also weird interactions that the Omni Slash has on items, like Lincoln Sphere, because it's a point target spell. You think, I get Lincoln Sphere, that blocks point target spells, right? It blocks the first hit of Omni Slash. The Lincolns is then popped, and then Omni Slash just goes about its business as you want, as normal. It just blocks one hit. It's so dumb. Why is this? Why is this? But then it gets doubly weird with Lotus. Lotus reflects a spell, a point target spell. So if you cast Omni Slash on a Lotus target, you both Omni Slash each other.
That's cool.
And you're both invulnerable. It's just a waste of time for everyone.
But if you're, I don't know, if you're like IO or something, that's going to be shit, right? You're going to be doing nothing.
I mean, it's fine. Like sometimes you'll bounce around and go onto someone else when you've got the reflected Omni Slash going. But it's so weird. It's such a weird interaction when it's just a one-on-one and it's just two people Omni Slashing each other, doing nothing for 3 seconds. It's so silly.
But if you have the talent, they stop their Omni Slash at the 3.5. Fun fact. Their Omni Slash will stop before yours, so you have 1.5, I think, or 1 second.
1 second longer. Yeah.
1 second Omni Slash on them, which might be enough to get the kill.
It might be enough.
Especially
and speaking of having a 1 second Omni Slash long enough to get a kill, his axe is exactly that. It's a 1 second Omni Slash.
Long enough to get
what
a
a
kill.
transition.
And it's only got a 20-second cooldown. None of this 2-minute stuff. 20 seconds. Exactly the same as Omni Slash otherwise, but 1 second long, 20-second cooldown. And you have to buy a whole axe for it. But it's pretty good. It's the Swift Slash.
Do you initiate with a Q, or do you initiate with a slash and then Q and then ulti and...
I think you initiate with a blink, harpoon, chop. And then use your spin when they're using spells. Otherwise, it's so awkward. If you're spinning to walk in...
Yeah.
And then you have no means of actually fighting. If you're using all your spin to walk up to them, it's over.
That's what I'm doing
wrong. You
wrong.
want to use your spin either defensively or sometimes aggressively if they have stuns and stuff. But as we were saying, the Q doesn't do much damage anymore, so it's purely a defensive spell now. Yeah.
That's Jug. That's all his abilities. That's his kit. That's the kind of stuff he does on Bionicle Island. In the Orgy.
It's not Bionicle Island, it's Orgy Island.
Orgy Island, Mask Land.
Orgy Island. A classic.
Well, what do you reckon, Ali? Is he good? Is he played?
Is he played?
Is he played? Oh boy, is he played.
Oh boy, he is one of the most popular heroes at low rank.
So popular that they made him into a Funko Pop, funny enough.
Yeah. At the moment, he is played quite a lot across a lot of ranks. I would say at high rank, he is not played as much as at lower ranks, because obviously metas and skills aren't developed at lower ranks. People just want to play what they want to play.
I've just checked how many games a Jug has been in the past year.
How many? Go on.
Do you guys want to guess?
Oh, what? Just all round, all through Dota?
For the past year, of
12 months.
public games, 12 months of Juggernaut. Should I give you a middle of the pack number?
Yeah, give us a middle of the pack.
I want to try and do some maths.
I'm going to give you a right middle of the pack number.
Which 1 second. So there's what? Probably 200,000 players a day, and then
More.
250,000 players a day.
I think double that.
Okay,
Yeah.
500k players a day, and then so 550.
Let's
Okay.
have the middle of the pack number just to give us a reference.
1.6 million.
All right, so a middle of the pack number is around 12 to 14,000. Sorry, 12 to 14 million.
12. Yeah, I thought
That's middle of the pack for 1 year. Around 13 mil.
I reckon Juggernaut's about 40 to 60 million. I reckon.
All right.
80. Give me an 80.
Fuck's
I think it's higher.
It's 32. It's 32 mil.
32. Okay.
Okay.
The highest is Pudge with 56 mil.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
That's still a lot.
That's so annoying that you went over.
I do like doing that.
Oh god, what a letdown.
Well, I thought it was like 1.2 million. What's like a lowest? What's like a really low number?
The bottom of the pack is 2 mil.
Who is it?
Okay.
Chen, 1.8 mil.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Chen.
Chen.
I like Chen.
Yeah. Only hero to not pass over the 2 mil mark.
Oh, Chen. It's okay.
Oh,
this is a
Chen.
Chen patch as well.
Yeah.
I love Chen.
This is the best time to be a Chen. You got all the side lanes and the creeps. You got more ancients. Like, this is awesome.
So he's
Jug has
established
played
in the
a
scrub
pen.
scene. Is he played with the pros?
Not really. Last 8 days, there's been about 200 games of him with a 47% win rate.
Okay.
It ain't great.
It doesn't sound great.
It doesn't sound great. They're not doing too well on him. Similar builds on all, kind of like Treads, Maelstrom. Some people have tried the Battle Fury build, which was quite popular back in the day, where you would just get a Battle Fury and you want to farm. But now his Q is based off the attack speed, so it's kind of... You want as much attack speed as quickly as possible. So like Maelstrom into the Mjolnir is like super high attack speed, really, really fast. So obviously for your Q, you want to try and max that out and do as much damage as possible. But he's not seeming too popular at the moment. Mainly that I feel that's more of a meta kind of thing. Heroes which are strong against Jug are kind of in the meta, so like your Faceless Voids, Slark is really good versus Juggernaut, because as soon as you Omni Slash or Swift Slash, you just press your ulti and he just pops out straight away and you just start hitting him.
Wait, if you got invis when you get Blade Fury, does that get rid of the...
Yep.
Oh, it does. Of the
It
Omni Slash.
gets
Sorry.
rid of the Omni Slash.
Omni Slash, yeah.
Yeah, the Omni Slash can only jump to things he has vision of. He does have flying vision. So, you can use Omni Slash with the creep pull to de-ward a cliff if you want. But...
God, really? Okay.
I'm not sure I've ever seen anyone do that.
But he's just not... I feel like he's having a little bit of a rough time at the moment. He's a bit lost on the old... doing enough damage and scaling fast enough.
Doing enough damage at the right time. Because he used to be like an early game kind of carry. Because the Blade Fury, he could kind of do stuff early, get ahead a little bit before he dropped off.
Pressure.
Yeah.
Quite a lot.
But now it feels... Yeah.
Because there's the standard build, which is just pretty much pure attack speed with an Aghanim Scepter, Butterfly, and you just build attack speed essentially. But there's a good kind of... I've done it a couple of times, which is quite fun kind of build, which is the magic damage Jug build, which sadly with the new changes to the Q just don't do. It's not the same as what it used to be.
What used to be the magic Jug build?
Where you would get a Radiance, a Shiva, like you essentially just build all magic items with really fast move speed, and you just run around while Blade Furying around, and you would do insane amount of magic damage. Like people just couldn't survive the magic burst.
Such a weird build though.
Yeah, it's a really weird build, but it allowed you to play, say, versus heroes like Slark, because Slark hates AoE magic damage.
Yeah, true.
And you then turn in, like, you don't care about your Omni Slash essentially. So the main thing which Jug is known for Omni Slash, you don't need it. You're not an Omni Slasher. You're a magic damage, like AoE magic damage kind of dude, which is fun. And I think they should have a way to bring that back essentially. Because
I feel Blade Fury just needs some sort of flat damage.
Yeah, the
back
flat
to-
damage would be good again for it.
Maybe if
would-
it was like somewhere in the middle, it did a percentage of his attack speed as a little extra bonus
yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
I feel like in a later patch, there's gonna be. I have hope that they'll change it to be a bit better. I think.
And then hopefully we'll hit that 60 mil games in a year
Oh yeah,
of Jug.
or 80.
Or 80 mil.
Yeah, 80. Come on, 80. Got
80 mil games, which isn't too bad. But shall we have a look at our stats with Juggernaut?
I definitely know who's played the most.
Yeah, me too.
I wonder who. Just as a quick disclaimer for everyone on the podcast, I like how I'm doing this like an hour in, but I am a master tier Juggernaut player.
Are you actually?
Really?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Why have I been talking about all the abilities on this one? I feel maybe
And
I
all my
didn't have
fun
to do any
facts
research.
are
You
out
could
of
have just
date.
told me. Oh.
And they're all out of date because I haven't played him in a while. But it's fine. So we'll start off with mine then. I have 372 games of Jug with a 57% win rate.
Not
Not
bad.
too bad.
Not
That's
bad.
all right. That's pretty
good.
all right.
That's an all right. But my last game was about a month ago. And then previously it was like 7 months ago, which shows you how much mid I've played in the last while.
Yeah.
Is that I haven't been playing my Jug. Then we'll go on to Joe next, because we'll keep Dabs for last.
I reckon under 20
Okay, Joe thinks under
with
20
a negative
games.
win rate.
What about you, Dav?
Definitely.
You got a thought on Joe's Juggernaut performance?
Definitely negative win rate. I would say. I'll bump it to a 30, and I reckon an equal win rate as well.
So 30 games with 30% win rate.
Yeah.
You're close. 21 games
Oh,
with a 38% win rate.
God.
So if you see a
somewhere
Joe,
between us or somewhere between our guesses.
if you see a Joe Juggernaut run,
Disconnect.
and
Tank the abandon.
disconnect faster. You'll save yourself. You'll save yourself a good game.
Oh, actually, I'm going to find out what's my average game length. How much time we're going to save.
But, oh, mate, at the moment, about an
44
hour.
minutes, just FYI, or match duration. You save yourself 44 minutes.
44 minutes.
And Dab's Juggernaut performance. Any guesses?
I would say it's gonna be negative, maybe like 42% with like 18 games.
Okay, Joe.
Oh, it's just going to be like his Huskar, as he played more than me, weirdly. 10 games, 80% win rate.
Okay. So this took me by surprise because I think I've only ever seen Dav play one Juggernaut game ever. And I remember I coached him a little bit in it. But Dav has 37 games.
Really?
Which I'm shocked by. And a 62% win rate.
It's the bloody Huskar thing again. Oh,
Hell yeah!
Dav is just owning.
all
Got
the
the highest
games.
win rate. Got the highest win rate out of the three of us.
Highest
Jug
win
win
rate.
Which
Which, yeah.
guess what happened then? It was just when I used to play carry before I'd probably 1,000 games ago when I'd play carry, and I don't know, I'm not sure how it could be so high. I'm surprised, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I looking it up, I remember because your last game of Jug, I was in that, and that's the one which I remember. Is because I remember you saying, "What do I buy?" And I had to literally coach you what to buy
remember.
in the Jug game.
But this is after another 35 games as the hero.
Yeah, this was after you'd already won a bunch of games. You didn't even need me.
Oh God, okay. Well, I guess this is we're probably talking early, we're talking proper Herald days. And at that point, it's like anyone's game, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're around Guardian 1. Yeah, there's a few Herald 5s in here.
Sure, roll the dice.
For the average ranks of yours. So if you want to gain MMR, it seems like Jug is your hero, Dav.
Well, what's your what's like the build? You said you used to play him. Is the build changed a lot?
Yeah, I would. It used to be Battle Fury.
Yeah.
So Battle Fury used to be really, really popular for a lot of carries, including Jug, because he wasn't based off attack speed. So this is going way, way, way back in the old Juggernaut years, where his ulti was set damage with set amount of jumps. So you just wanted pure damage. You didn't care about attack speed. But then they changed his ult to be like, the more attack speed you have, the more damage you do. So then everyone was like, well, wait a minute. Why do I want Battle Fury? That doesn't offer any attack speed. I want Majonia, which offers attack speed and I can farm fast with it.
Yeah.
So it has swapped the way which you farm. The rest of the core items, I would say, are very similar. So it's like kind of you want your butterfly, your mantas, like very traditional carry items.
How important is the Ags?
Ags it depends on the game. I honestly think it depends on the game. I would say nowadays it's more important, but depending on how the games are and whatnot, it's very... the thing with Jug is you can adjust your items to kind of counter. So say you need to be able to get on the backline, you buy a blink. It's quite common to buy blink on Jug because you want to blink to the back and Omni Slash. Or if you need that extra reach, you could buy a blink and Ags, and it gives you your bigger gap to close. You can then jump from like all the way at the back to like all the way at the front. Like you can just somehow travel about 1,000 distance instantly, which is quite nice.
Okay, thoughts on BKB on Jug? And you see it a lot in lower rank games. Sometimes, I swear it was a game with one of you two when the Jug bought BKB first item.
Yes, I do remember that. I think I was...
I think it was me and you. I think it was a late night game with me and you.
Yeah.
It happens. There's some games where you still do need BKB, but that's a sad game. If you're Jug and you need BKB, that's a sad game.
Yeah, it is not an item you would traditionally want on Jug because you have your spell immune and your Q. But on the other hand, it is very useful. Like, if you're playing versus the dreaded OD, which still haunts me, you probably need a BKB to stop all his damage from coming out, because you can't, especially nowadays where your Q doesn't do that much damage, you kind of need a way to make sure you can just stand there, right click, or get off your Omni Slash, essentially. So I would say it's game dependent. Again, yeah, because there was a build which I used to love to do a long time ago where you went Diffusal Blade Drums on Juggernaut and you just run around with your phase boots, Drums of Endurance,
I thought that could make a comeback.
Diffusal Blade, and you just absolutely run over everything. It was beautiful.
Sounds pretty fun. Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah, it was really, awesome. Really fun.
I mean, Diffusal's still like a nice pickup for him.
Diffusal is.
I can imagine a Posi 3 Jug maybe doing that build now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking.
Okay, Pos 3 Jug. I could see it,
what
maybe.
What else are we going to get on our Pos 3 Jug? Let's get some crafting going. Let's get some ideas, bro.
I feel like that's a lot of farm on a Jug which doesn't have a stun. On a hero which doesn't stun.
And then we get our Basher. Next item into the Abyssal. Yeah. We get the Vanguard first. Into Phase Drums, Diffusal. And then into our completed Basher Abyssal, Meteor Hammer.
Yeah.
We get first item, actually. Meteor Hammer. We can spin and push the tower. We spin with
while
debuff immune,
Meteor
safety. Yeah, we channel the Meteor while spinning because we can't be stunned, so we can channel it while spinning.
All right.
Get the tower early, and just do that for all the towers, all the towers in the game.
That kind of sounds legit. It kind of makes sense to me.
It's kind of bad,
Kind of legit.
kind of terrible,
kind of great. Kanda, Dagon.
I wonder if Kanda does trigger off Juggernaut's.
It would trigger
gotta
just one extra hit. It's kind of such a bait item. It's such a bait item. It's no point in getting it.
It's
so
always
dumb.
worth getting.
It's never worth getting.
If you're
So
listening
dumb.
to this, always buy
Stop.
Kanda. No
Always,
matter
Stop.
what
always by
hero
Kanda. Ignore
it
Joe.
was.
Ignore Joe. Always by Kanda.
Ignore Joe.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Listen to the Master Tier Juggernaut. Buy Kanda.
I listen to the 60% win rate.
Strong.
Who do you listen to? The 30% win rate, or the 58 and the 60% win rate?
Yeah, exactly. That is it in a nutshell. Listen to the high win rate players.
So what
They
are we
know
saying, lads?
Kanda on Jug. That's what we're
Kanda on Jug. Cool. Sorted. Done deal. Done deal.
And then you buy Kanda on every other hero. Even if they don't have a point target.
Basically. Are you swiping right? Are you swiping left? Remember, right is yes and left is no.
Right. He's my boy.
You liking him? You giving him a super like?
Yeah, I'll spend money on I have spent money on it, so yes.
Am I? I feel it wouldn't be Dota without him. You know?
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't have a complete Funko Pop collection without him. So, obviously, big old swipe right.
He is one of the heroes where you think of Dota, you have a Jug in that lineup.
Yeah.
He's one of the heroes.
He's one of the
Dota
heroes
2.
in Dota.
Along with a few others.
I am going to swipe right because I do like him. But I am a bit left curious just because the amount of people who pick him in Dota low rank who just don't know how to play him, who don't know how to play carry, and I'll try carry, it seems fun, and pick him, and just they'll end the game with 8k damage and 8k farm, and it's a 40-minute game, and that is really frustrating.
Yeah. Ban those players. Pick Jug.
And buy Kanda.
And buy Kanda. This is sponsored by Kanda.
Yep.
Can these nuts fit in your mouth?
Well, cheers everyone. Thanks. This has been another week of Matchmaking Podcast, the Juggernaut episode. Do you want to sign out?
You say matchmaking like you're trying to get the robot to understand what you're saying.
No, I know, Joe. Can you sign out? I just can't. I'm not very good at it.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. We will be back next week with another hero, another letter in the alphabet, another letter deep in our little A to Z. Please leave a little rating if you're enjoying it so far, and we'll catch you next time.
And like it and download it and shit. Even if you're not going
send
to
it to a friend.
Download it and shit.
just download
Perfect.
it and then undownload it straight.
Donate to your favorite Dota streamer, asking them have they listened to the Matchmaking podcast, available
Bingo.
wherever you get your podcast. Yeah, just do
Matchmaking
that.
Matchmaking Dota podcast.
Yeah, have they listened to the Dota Matchmaking podcast? Ask them. Ask your favorite Dota streamer this week in chat with a donation, because otherwise you'll be ignored. Big up. Make sure you don't get donor walled. You gotta send
Or put it as your first message in their chat.
first message. Have you there?
First time chatter.
First message from user bot
Yep.
182. Beep boop. All right, we'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.